Your 30s will be the highest earning decade of your life. They will also be the decade you have the least to show for it. Both things are true at once, and the way they interact defines your financial trajectory for the decades to follow. To find a realistic baseline for where you stand, we have to look at the Federal Reserve's Survey of Consumer Finances. This is the institutional standard for measuring household wealth in America. The data shows a massive gap between the person in the middle and the statistical average. For households under 35, the median net worth is $39,000, but the average is nearly 5 times higher, sitting at $183,000. This gap exists because of the burrito room. If 50 people are splitting a burrito, but one just sold a startup for millions, the average wealth looks incredible, but for the 49 still hungry, that average is an artificial benchmark. When we measure ourselves against a benchmark skewed by outliers, it creates a distorted view. This comparison hides the real, structural forces that are actually at work on your paycheck. The first of these forces is the squeeze. This is the specific decade where the largest expenses of a typical lifetime arrive simultaneously. This chart tracks the collision. Infant childcare averages over $1,200 a month, which for many families is more than their mortgage. Add in persistent student loan debt and the capital needed for a first home, and you have a total burden uniquely concentrated in these 10 years. It's getting tighter, too. Between 2020 and 2024, childcare costs grew by 29%, significantly outstripping the 22% rise in general inflation. The single largest drain on your paycheck is growing faster than everything else. If you are treading water during these years, it isn't a character flaw. You are simply paying the largest bill of your life at the exact moment your income is at its smallest relative to those costs. The objective here is not to outsave the daycare years. Almost no one does. The goal is to prepare a system now so that when your income finally clears this hurdle, that money has a place to land. To see why timing is so critical, consider Karen and Silas. They live on the same street, earn the same $78,000 salary, and carry the same debt. They are a controlled experiment in how time dictates wealth. This demonstrates the halving. If you invest $1,000 at age 30, it grows to over $10,000 by retirement. But invest that exact same $1,000 at age 40, and you finish with just $5,400. You lose half the potential value just by starting 10 years later. Karen uses this math to her advantage. She saves $500 a month from age 30 to 40, then stops completely. She never adds another dollar. Because she started early, her $60,000 payroll contribution grows to nearly $500,000 by age 65. Silas waits until 40 to start. He invests $500 every month for 25 years without missing a beat. He contributes $150,000, 2.5 times what Karen did, yet he still finishes with $45,000 less than her. The dollars you save in your 30s perform structural work that nothing you do later can replicate. At this stage, your savings rate and your timing are more important than the total amount of money you eventually contribute. Despite his late start, Silas actually out-earned Karen by $14,000 a year from age 38 onward. He had more raw material to work with, yet he still finished with less. A study of Canadian lottery winners found that when someone wins a prize, their neighbors' bankruptcy rates rise. People don't go broke copying invisible investments. They go broke copying visible things, like cars and renovations. Because the college wage premium often doubles across a career, the 30s are when major raises finally arrive. These raises provide the capital that fuels peer comparison. This is the line of sight trap. Every time Silas earned a raise, the money was immediately siphoned into a bigger house or a newer car to match his social circle. The money moved from his paycheck to his lifestyle before it ever had a chance to become an asset. As his income climbed, his lifestyle expanded at the exact same speed. This kept his actual savings rate stuck at zero. He was solving the wrong problem with real skill, optimizing his career while ignoring his accumulation. An income increase is a psychological test. If the money is absorbed into your lifestyle rather than your investments, it fundamentally cannot compound. Silas worked harder and earned more, but he lost because he tried to be brilliant. Karen won because she spent 15 minutes setting up an automated system and then ignored it for 30 years. The first step is to capture your employer match. Roughly 25% of employees leave this on the table. It is a guaranteed return of 50 to 100% that requires no research and 0 hours of work. Step 2. Stop trying to beat the market. In 2025, 79% most people stay enrolled because the decision is made once and then handled automatically. Financial success in this decade isn't about brilliance or outworking the system. It is about simple, automated discipline. Karen won because she used her window of leverage while it was open. Yours is open right now.